You know, in rock and roll, one of the things you don't do is mix the rock and roll lifestyle with what could be mental illness. You know, there's a little bit of that in maybe not the band, but in the group of the band, in the families of the band, in your family. We've all dealt with that sort of thing. In the band Moby Grape, they gave us songs like 805, Omaha, It's a Beautiful Day Today, and Mr. Blues. Well, there were two members that were dealing with that kind of stuff, and the rock and roll lifestyle made it come on probably a little faster. We all heard the Syd Barrett stories of Pink Floyd. Bob Mosley, who was their bassist, and their multi-instrumentalist, but he played mostly guitar and vocals in the band, was Skip Spence. Moby Grape's Peter Lewis talks about his old bandmate and a lot more on Rock History Music. Skip Spence was born in 1946 and passed away in 1999. He was a founding member of the band Moby Grape. Known for his innovative guitar work and songwriting, despite his talent, Spence struggled with severe mental health issues throughout his life. In 1968, he experienced a mental breakdown and was diagnosed with schizophrenia, leading to a 6-month stay in a psychiatric hospital. His solo album, Or, recorded during this period, reflects his troubled state. Spence's mental health, substance abuse issues, persisted, overshadowing his musical contributions. He lived a turbulent life marked by homelessness and erratic behavior until his death in 1999 from lung cancer.
By the way, what happened? What do you think happened to Skip? I mean, he's been gone for a long time, but what was there? Was it drugs? I mean, people say he lost it when he went to the East Coast. But what?
No, it is. Look, what happened to Skip can happen to anybody. That's what I would say about that. You know, it could happen. It happened. So that's what there's. What you said about me being able to sympathize with those two guys is correct, because I know how it feels to be treated like you're crazy. But I also knew that what happened to me can happen to anybody, you know, right? You just put them in the same situation I was in, the same thing will happen to them. And I think Skippy, you know, was that same thing, because when I was with him, he wasn't crazy, because he felt like there was somebody else that understood him. I think Skip suffered from feeling totally not understood. Now, you combine that with LSD and heroin, you know, which is to pull you in two different directions, you know. And okay. But I say again, it's in being able to stay in control of your own character, no matter how stoned you are. I mean, then pretend to be a stone guy. You know what I mean? But I think with Skippy, it became overwhelming, and he became who everybody thought he was. And he started acting, because he was stoned, crazier and crazier. And so he just went through the whole, you know, it sort of it took on a possession kind of thing. Well, that was that whole show business thing.
Yeah,
that's what that was about. But anyway, so yeah, after I got out of that place, because they let you watch TV every week, and they put on the news, and then you got to watch Ozzy and Harriet. And after Ozzy and Harriet, you know, his son Rick Nelson would get up there and play a song, and I fixated on Rick Nelson, and I said, I'll go back to school if you buy me a guitar. And they said, okay, and bought me a guitar. I went back to school. Didn't give a shit if they ridiculed me. I didn't care about them. I just waited to get home from school so I could tune that guitar up to one chord and play along with, like, you know, it's late, you know, just beat on it until I look cool in the mirror, because I play in front of a mirror.
it's refreshing to talk to someone who talks about this stuff, because most people are so guarded about. And I mean, these are ideas and journeys that have to be shared. That's what I believe.
Well, if you don't share them, you're going to be a pretty lonely guy, you know. And I think the potential to share it should be used, or you lose it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but when you really think of your predicament, because when you're born, I mean, why do you come into the world crying? Because you're alone. You're with your mom, and now you were one, and now you're alone. You know, one with the whole thing. You know, whatever it was, you were part of it, and that was cool.
Mm.
And now you're on your own. You can't even feed yourself. You know, this is not something to take lightly, you know. And you know, you see people going through their lives trying to deal with this. And I think when you do that, when you look at them that way, it's easier to love them, you know. And I think that you know, there's that you talk about just like sunshine. That's what that's about.
Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And remember, if you want to make a PayPal donation, there's a link at the very top of this video where you can do that. Thank you. And a link to Patreon if you want to get early access to our videos. We have a swag store where you can buy t-shirts with either Rock History Music, this channel, Rock History Book, our channel where we release the entire videos, or Rock History Canada, which for Canadians is perfect. You can get big or small logos of each one of them on t-shirts, t-tops, coats, and caps. Link in the description. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.